Tools, Chord, and we're going to be making a hunter guide, and this is for marksmanship hunters. As you can see by my whisper box here, I will not be putting out a feral guide for druids because I have no idea how to play them. This is probably a bad time to do this, but we are looking for more raiders, so if that interests you, we raid on Saturday and Sunday currently, and we start at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is 4 p.m. on Worm Rested Chord, which is our server, so if that interests you, definitely let me know. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about talents, okay? First, we've got Crouching Tiger, Hidden Chimera. I choose this because it reduces the cooldown of my disengage and my deterrence, which is very handy for surviving in some of those fights where there's a lot of crap on the ground that you have to avoid. I also chose Wyvern Sting as kind of a CC. I chose Iron Hawk because I like the 10% damage reduction. Thrill of the Hunt is a must for marksmanship hunters. You will not be interested in either of these two others. I will explain in a moment why that is. I chose to go with Stampede is a much bigger DPS boost over Murder of Crows. If you are marksmanship, you will not be using Blink Strikes. Barrage and Glaive Toss. Now here's one for consideration. There's a lot of coffee shop talk about, oh well this is better, oh well Barrage is better, oh well whatever. It really depends on what fight you're in. If you are facing the Hellfire Assault where it has all the ads, Barrage is a better choice. Mainly because there's nothing in the background that you're going to pull and add to the group fight. The ads are released at a certain time, and it's safe to use it. On single target fights, Glaive Toss is probably the better option, but you can use either really. Power Shot, you don't want Power Shot unless you have your 4-piece bonus. Now I will not be demonstrating Power Shot because I do not have my 4-piece bonus. I've been trying to get it for 3 weeks. Screw you, Zul'Harrak, I need those shoulders. But anyway, moving on to our last one, Exotic Munitions, Focusing Shot, or Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf is also your thing as a marksmanship hunter, as you do not use a pet. So when you have Lone Wolf, it increases the damage of all your shots by 30%. It also allows you to choose a buff to give to the raid, which is really handy. So we'll be using that. Glyphs, I go with Chimera Shot, always a good choice. Heals you by 2% on every successful Chimera Shot. Deterrence adds 20% to the damage reduction that it gives you, so you end up with a total of 50%, or not even 50, 70%. Okay, 70%. And Pathfinding just increases your aspect speed and your mount speed, so it's kind of nice. And the little ones don't really matter. They're fire cosmetics, and I don't even why I have. Probably because I haven't updated them because they don't matter. Haha. Anyhow, let me get back to this person real quick. Satin. Yeah, I can't type. Sunday, 6 p.m. CST, if that will work for you. Alright, so we're going to demonstrate our damage and our rotation just with our flask up and our buff. Let's talk a little bit about stats before we get into that. Critical Strike and Multi-Strike are your bread and butter. There are some sites such as Noxic that suggest versatility. That's a crapshoot. Don't listen to it. They are wrong. They are dead wrong. Your Crit Strike being at 42%. So see, I'm close here. 42% is cap, and that ensures that your aim shot and Chimera Shot will always crit. Multi-Strike, obviously everybody knows what Multi-Strike does. You want that. But your Crit Strike is that is your main focus. Now, always when you're building up your stat scores, always include your buff because you're going to have it up, and somebody is always going to have it up, so that's less work that you have to do. Now, when you go to start your rotation, and I will respec into Glaive Toss just to kind of demonstrate. Say we're doing single target, we don't have our party buffs, you're just out questing around, and you put your little buff up. Now what I do, a lot of people will pop off aim shot, or not aim shot, but Chimera Shot immediately. What I'll do is say you have a pull timer, right? Okay, so you wait for it, you're waiting on the tank, you're waiting on the tank. You start your aim shot at 3 seconds. Boom, Chimera shot right after it. Get your Thrill of the Hunt proc. This is why you want Thrill of the Hunt, because it reduces the cost of your aim shot by 50%. Allowing you to cast more of them. So, boom, Chimera shot. Build up some more focus. As soon as you have enough focus, okay, now we have enough for both. Boom, get another Thrill of the Hunt proc. Not gonna bother steady shotting because it's gonna refund it. So, okay, now we got a Chimera shot. Boom, Chimera shot. Rebuild some focus. 2, and we'll top ourselves off. By the time aim shot's done, boom, another Chimera shot. So you're basically pairing your abilities here, which is really good. I've got 51,000 right now. And boom, Chimera shot. You want to hit Chimera shot as soon as it comes up. You want that sucker on CD 24/7. So now, oh, we got enough for Chimera. Okay, Chimera, and we'll rebuild a little bit of focus. And see, we're holding a good 51,000 now, and we've got that little haste buff. Nice. Okay, and boom, Chimera shot, and then we dump aim. So you're putting out a lot of damage, 51,000, and that's without your CDs. That's without having all the other party buffs. So that's basically the way you want to do that. So we'll stop here for a second. We will feign death to reset the target dummy. Give that a couple seconds. Okay, come back up, and now we're going to do it with our CDs. Granted, we don't have all the other party buffs, but hey, what can you do when you're doing a video and there's just one of you? Alright, so what I usually do is, first thing I'll do is I will pre-pot. I will pop an agility potion, then I'll do my stampede, then I'll do my Chimera shot because it sends them right over there, and then I'll just start dumping aim shot. Now the hope for this is to get a Thrill of the Hunt proc like I just did. And yes, you will run out, but you've also got that rapid fire going, so you can regenerate fairly easy. And you see we're doing quite a bit more damage. There's 72k right there. And we're just pouring damage now. Went up by 20,000. If I get a Thrill of the Hunt proc right off the bat on that first aim shot, I can usually break 100, and that's without a 4-piece bonus. So that's the way that you want to do it. If you're low on focus and you don't really have many options, okay, toss your glaives out. Boom, done. It's a cheap, cheap few thousand to pop in there. But you're going to be looking in pretty good shape. Yes, your damage will slowly deteriorate over time, but it's a lot of burst. Now, here's the thing with multi-target on a marksmanship hunter. Say there's like 3 or 4 other guys around. First thing you want to do when you're getting into the fight, the tank's got here. I'll set up a pull timer. You got your pull timer, right? Okay, so tank's waiting on the tank, waiting on the tank, waiting on the tank, waiting on the tank. Alright. Tank is pulled. You launch your trap, pop your Chimera shot, bang, bang, multi-shot until it runs out, glaive toss. Start single targeting down mobs until you get another Thrill of the Hunt, and then add a few multi-shots in there. But constantly multi-shotting is not going to help you much, so bang, bang, okay, done, boom, glaives, and there you go. That's how you would proceed to do multiple targets. Now I know that my damage isn't that high, but there's also only one target in front of me, maybe 2. I was just doing that to demonstrate how you would change up your rotation if you were multi-targeting. So keep that in mind. Yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope that it kind of helped you out. And the reason that you want your set bonus is, let's read this. For 4, the cast time of your aim shot is reduced by 100%. So instead of having a channel like this, it's instant. So you can do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, till you run out, and then Chimera, and then start regenerating. But you'll just ooze damage once you have your set bonus. So that is why set bonuses are important. Up until Legion, I don't know what they're going to change about them, but that's why they're important now. So if you have any questions or comments, please drop them below the video. I will respond as I can, or you can just hit me up in game. It's Haushenka on Wormrest Chord. And yeah, I will see you guys later.